countdown. Every day she tagging them like, yeah, I can't wait. I'm gonna beat you first. I'm trying to see who head I want first. I'm trying to see who I want first. I'm trying to see who want to slap first. So every day is between Tavia, aka Leprechaun, and Felicia. So we go through this whole roommate situation, like I addressed in the other recap, about cleanliness. Mental kept trying to be my roommate, and she kept trying to make it be me, May, Kiara, her four in a room. But no, I said no. So as that progresses or whatnot, we move on, and it's getting closer. We're like now 3 days in. We're like 4 days in before we have to move in. And now I'm getting excited because I got my son's championship game coming. It's glass right there. My bad, y'all. Clark's right here. He wants to get a Rice Krispie. Okay, beat it. Get your Rice Krispie, watch that glass. This is my life. But I wouldn't take it for the world, okay? However, so I'm excited and stuff. I'm about to cuss again. I'm trying to limit my cussing, y'all. For those that don't know, I swear I'm gonna go do that DNA ancestry thing. What is it, the family tree? Because I swear Samuel L. Jackson is my uncle. I swear that is my uncle. Because, boy, I be cursing like a sailor. And motherfucker is my dang word. Anyway, so it's now the day before. And Mental is in the chat like, ooh, I'm so happy, y'all. I can't wait. Keep in mind, everybody in the chat is off of that. She the only one on some like slapping. The same way I was in the house about wanting to do a challenge in the game was the same way I was in the chat. I'm like, okay, but wait. We don't even know each other. How you got beef? Like, can we do a challenge first? What's going to be the first challenge? So our producer P decided, you know, it's so much extra going on in the chat. I'm finna create a hints challenge chat for those that really has their mind stuck in game mode. Like our minds is really game mode. We want to win this cash prize, right? So me, Kiara, Nene, I think it was one more person, 2 fans went and got into the hint chat. So every day P is like letting us know little hints, like when you walk through the door, it's gonna be a challenge already. Like it's different little things that really was needed, but she was so busy and focused on who she was gonna whoop on day one. It was just too much, okay? So that's what was going on in the chat. Now, Mental made a comment that in the chat, May was saying slick and May was looking at her crazy. No. When we moved out of the house, and I spoke to Mental, like I said, I took my time with Mental. I had a heart, and I was looking at her beyond the show. Like, it's something really going on. Not necessarily like, oh, she's mentally ill or nothing like that. You know, you never know what's on somebody's shoulders. And me seeing how she cried for winning that $200 let me really know, like, damn, it's deeper than we just not liking the girl. You see what I'm saying? And so I lost train of thought because I am drinking. Oh, Mental, May. So May made a comment to me and Kiara and was like, yeah, that's why I'm not her, because she been not liking me. And I kept asking in the house, I kept asking in the chat, I kept asking on our phone calls to ourselves, like, but what did she do? Y'all not seeing it. Y'all want to keep acting like Mental this and Mental that, but you are, because we're not seeing what you're saying. So she made a comment that one day we were in the chat, which we did. We had good times in the chat, y'all. We had great laughs in the chat, great networking. I'm talking about people with May. May had tickets to pool parties. She was sending them left to right, like super, everybody networking. But then you have Mental, like, this bull felt like the chat should not be for us kumbaya and being friends. The chat should be drama based. We should be in the chat arguing and fighting, and y'all want to be on some nice, too friendly. So here I go, like, well, I'm gonna be friendly. That's how I am. I'm friendly to a certain extent. I'm not gullible, but what I'm gonna be walking around with, ugly people walk around with a chip on their shoulder. So I had to put that back in my mental, because my mom always told me, watch out for the crunchy. And I instantly went back to being back at home, me being the Valley 818 girl, and I'm always getting into it with a San Bernardino, Lancaster. That's why. Whew, wait a minute. I start I start thinking about the past. But anyway, she made a comment that she was mad because we were having a Throwback Thursday day in our chat. And every one of the girls was posting Throwback Thursdays of themselves. Cute pictures, cute poses. Everybody had a bathroom pic. Then we start posting little twerk videos. And we just, you know, ooh, a little sweaty. We getting a little turnt in a little chat. Mental say, May commented on all of y'all's, but just looked at mine. Huh? Yeah, y'all didn't catch that? That's when I went to my bunkie and I was like, you caught that? You caught that, bunkie? She being fake. She acting like she got a problem with me. It was at that moment I knew she messed up. So I'm like, Mental, once again, I'm like, no, dog, I don't think it was nothing like that. And then I don't take it no type of way. It's plenty of times where I'm in the chat and I write something and people look, but they don't respond or put an emoji. It's plenty of times I post pictures and they look and don't put emojis. I'm not thinking of it. Just looked at me trying to be funny. So she was like, you don't understand. She was looking at me. She was saying slick shit to me the whole time. I'm telling y'all right now, that did not happen, okay? When May walked through that door, and now we're going to fast forward. I just wanted to give y'all a little inside of the chat because for some reason, she keeps on saying little things and they're not adding up. And I don't have a reason to lie. Y'all know my character by now. And if you don't, sorry. But I don't have a reason to lie. And I like to see people doing good. I don't like the drama. So I'd rather us come to some type of solution, you know? So I really be investigating. I really be invested in like looking to see what happened. Like, May, what did you say? Like, Mental wanted so bad to get somebody to fight, but there was nobody there that had issues. You see what I'm saying? Nobody. So I'm looking all through the house like, damn, where is May? Where is Juicy? Where is May? She was supposed to be my roommate. So there was a scene, but it wasn't shown. But if y'all pay for the chat, you may could see it. I had came and Mental and Nene and them were all in the room. And then they were tongue kissing. And I'm like, oh, her and Tavia made up. And they was like, girl, that's not Tavia, that's Nene. And I'm like, oh. Now, no way whatsoever was I thinking that Nene looked like Tavia or nothing. But you know, like I had just came in. All the girls were like in my face. Lex was very standoffish. Like I had to go to her and like, well, hello, how are you? She's like, hi. I'm like, and you are? She was like, and you are? I'm like, why do I always gotta get somebody like that? Like, I'm so bubbly. Like, everybody, I'm not saying she had to run to me, because that's not what I'm saying at all. But it was like, everybody introduced themselves. Everybody gave me a warm welcome, and she was just like, And that's fine. That's fine. So I didn't know who was who. You know what I'm saying? Especially Baby Kodak, because in the chat, Baby Kodak changed her name about 12 times. So I just didn't know. And so when I saw the top, they were sitting down like across from each other. They were sitting on the floor tongue kissing. I just thought that was Tavia because Tavia had blonde hair. And so that whole night went on. There was no beef. The whole time, Nene and Mental was bumping coochies. They was doing their thing. There was no beef. There was no animosity. The animosity came from Kiara and Lex, as y'all saw. And I was mad because I couldn't order no pizza. But that was it. Now we're going into the next day. The next morning, Mental keeps on saying how y'all not gonna keep acting like she was just drunk. Mental woke up on a mission. Mental came in the house on a mission. Mental's mission was she wants to be looked at as the next Krishan or the next Big Legs. I don't know why, but it's only room for one of those. You see what I'm saying? And so her mission for the next day was like, all right, so I kept telling her, dog, that girl was never part of this show. The Felicia girl, I'm like, it was so obvious. Because in the chat, she was like, I beat you. I'm going to pay to whoop you. Like, she was talking so hard and so rah-rah. It was obvious that she was a plant. She was just a mole, somebody there to, like, ruffle feathers a little bit. That's entertainment, you know? So we kept telling her. Like, after a while, other people were like, bro, she's not coming. So I kept saying, Mental, she wasn't even a real castmate. Yeah, that other bitch. This is how I knew. Because I have an aunt that acts just like her. I knew when the liquor starts kicking in because Mental was on board. So the day is going by or whatnot. Like y'all see in the thing. I'm getting ready. I'm getting dressed at the window. I said this in the recap time and time again. I had saw when May pulled up. I closed the door. The reason why I closed the door is because I have the door open doing my makeup because I get hot easily. I yelled P's name like, hey, somebody at the door. Why I yelled, but I went to go get him because I didn't want to blow up the spot or have everybody coming to the door. So I went and got P. Boom, he came, closed the door, let her come in, blah, blah, blah. Fast forwarding. Right before, well, backing it up a little bit. I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm mixing y'all up, but catch on. Before that happened, we were sitting down in the living room area. Everybody was talking about the night before and blah, blah, blah. Small talk. And Mental came out of nowhere like, I'm just trying to understand why none of these bitches showed up. They knew they was going to get their ass whoop, 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 whoop. Because I got been waiting on May on top Leprechaun of the New York. Like, where'd they go? They talk all this. Now, by this time, everybody in the house like, girl, ain't nobody here. Like, the folks that want to fight, they're not like, they don't want to say it, but I'm saying it. I'm like, Mental, but ain't nobody trying to fight. Like, they're not here. Okay, but Mental, the Felicia girl was never a castmate. Like, you're stressing yourself out about a fight that's not going to happen. She was never a castmate. Okay, Mental, why you got beef with May? This is my question. So when May walked in and I made that comment that everybody was just talking about May, when I say everybody was just talking about shit about May, I can't really say everybody was talking, but everybody was in the living room listening while Mental was talking all that castmate about May. So when May walked in, everybody was like, the plot thickens. So like I told y'all before, me and May created our own little bond before the house, okay? That's why still to this day I still have remorse. What's understanding got to be explained, so I'm not going to explain, nor is she going to keep explaining, but we're good, we're solid, we've been solid. However, me and her had a conversation the night before we moved in. Now, the situation was, I was chilling. I'm laying down minding my own business. I got football clothes ready, everything ready for championship. And then I get a alert. So I look at my phone. It was like 150. Then I look at another alert. It was like 140. Then I look at another alert. It's like $55. So I'm like, what the? So I look and I'm like, oh my God, my Cash App. Like, why is my money being taken out of my account? So I go to my husband and I find out that for some reason, Amazon Prime was taking. We have Amazon Prime, but for some reason I had another Amazon Prime account and they was taking money. They was taking it. So I'm not even noticing. Like every month when I looked at it, like every month they was taking out money. So I was like, I gotta dispute that because y'all got me bent. So that was happening. I went in the chat. I'm chopping it up with them like, y'all would never guess what happened to me today. So I'm telling the girls in the chat.